Gaffer, after the heady heights of Pride Park, it's back to the blood and thunder of the National League with a trip to Barnet on Saturday.
Yeah, we always look forward to the next game. It's always another opportunity to get a win, if you like. You know, we need a couple of wins if we can. I thought it was a great night at Derby, obviously other than the scoreline, but you know, the fans and the atmosphere was great. Our fans gave us good as they got, which was entertaining. And although Derby had that clinicalness, if that's a word, about their play, and we didn't, you know, we did create as many chances as them. So if we can carry on with that amount of chances and not let the opposition have that amount of chances, obviously with all due respect to Barnet, it's a slightly different level. Then you know, we want to go there and try and put in more of the good things that we did, and then have a finish and an end product, which is going to be important to us.
Touching upon that, Gaffer, obviously your team has received a lot of plaudits throughout the footballing world following those 2 games against Derby County. Is it sometimes difficult when you have got such a young squad predominantly to find the balance between maintaining that attacking verve and swashbuckling style that you've showed in recent weeks and also keeping things tight at the other end? Is that something down to experience?
Yeah, I mean, the situation, if you take the situation in the first 10 minutes, for instance, you know, we decided we was going to get at them, and we did. And we had a couple of opportunities, and you don't legislate for a goal against you in the first 10 minutes like that with one of our experienced players, you know, and obviously he was just caught in two minds, and next minute you're 1-0 down away at Pride Park against the First Division stroke championship team, and then they could relax and they could, you know, do their stuff. So yeah, it's things that you don't legislate for sometimes, where I mean, we've had some goals of the month scored against us. Be nice if it was us getting those sometimes, but we had them a little while back in the Altrincham and the Aldershot game. But yeah, on the day they showed their class. Our boys never gave up, which is good for the future, if you like, you know, because we're going to be in this situation for a few weeks yet, and we got to get our way out of it. We know we've got the fight. We've now just got to show the ability at this level to win games. One of the other good signs for the future is that it wasn't that long ago where we were struggling to fill the bench, and you were able to actually name 8 substitutes against Derby. Now, all of those are not going to be match fit, of course, but it is one of the things that you've said is important, is having a strong squad and being able to come in for each other. It is, because unfortunately we've had a big number of games in the past few weeks and only a small number of players to choose from. We have got some that are just coming back, and we're having to give them minutes and try and get them involved, because we're gonna need them. And as soon as they do come back, normally you would have, if you have as much time off as some of the injured players have had, you have to have a 6-week like pre-season thing to get them up to real speed. But we haven't been able to do that. Because we've had to use them in the squad, and we give them 10 minutes here and then 20 minutes and then half an hour, whatever it is. So we haven't got quite a fully fit squad, although we seem to be getting there at the moment. As you say, we had a few more on the bench. A couple I'd have been worried about bringing on. You know, obviously I'd love to have brought Dean Moxey on, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the right situation to do that, in his eyes as well. Ross Marshall's still struggling, Corey's still struggling a little bit, but we gave him 5 minutes at the end, see how he would go. So there's a lot of decisions that we sort of have to make, where we're trying to get all the squad fit and ready, so that if we play Tuesday or whatever it is, and that we can mix and match a little bit with people that are all 100% fit, but we haven't had that. But I think we're getting closer to it.
One player that wasn't involved because of the number of loan players on Tuesday night was Scott Smith. Is that a situation when you've got 5 loan players and you can't have another one? Do you deal with that in the same way as you would if it was another player that is just having to wait for his chance, that when it becomes available he needs to be ready?
Yeah, exactly. It's always, you know, disappointing really when, I mean, we had to bring in loans at a certain time because there was loans that were injured at the time, so we had to bring in loans. We needed 2 centre halves, we wanted to bring those in. So when you got 7 loans and they're all fit, then that makes it difficult because you can only play 5 in the squad. You know, you can't even take a loan off and put a loan on if it's this, you know, your 6th, 7th loan. So they've been unlucky, but we're managing them by saying, for instance, Scott Smith, where we're saying it's unfortunate, but wait your time, you will get your time again. There will be a slight injury or a lack of form or whatever where you'll get back in. But it's because it's been the derby games that people are disappointed that they've missed out on that one. And Kieran, you know, he's not quite ready anyway. He's fit now, his ribs are healed and everything. He's been training full time maybe now for 3 or 4 days before that game, so he's not quite ready. So we're going to have to start now thinking about, if you want to play Scotty or Kieran, then you're going to have to leave out 2 other loans that are already in the team. So that makes it a little bit difficult, and you have to manage. That's what a manager's got to do, and a coach. We have to talk to them and say, look, this happens, things happen like this, but you'll get your opportunity again soon.